Hello and welcome back to the channel. After one of my more recent videos about the GoPro Hero 9, which you're actually seeing me film on right now, several of you out there in the comments had, well, comments about the way that I did the comparison and said that I should compare it differently and to other things. Specifically, one person said that I should not be using 5K30 when comparing it to other things. I should be using 4K30, which is what I'm doing right now. This is the Hero 9 at 4K30. Another person suggested that I compare it to the Insta360 1R, which I'm doing right here. I have 4K30 on the Insta360 1R and 4K30 on the GoPro Hero 9. I do have the GoPro set to wide. With the Insta360, I can actually reframe it after the fact, but it looks like just the way that it's framed right now, they're very, very similar. But again, I can go back in their software and make changes after the fact. The other weird thing, and maybe it's just the screens, the GoPro looks very vivid, very saturated, and the skin tones look a little bit better. On the screen that I'm seeing on the Insta360, I look a little bit more dead. This blue of my shirt looks very gray. The lighter blue looks even closer to white or light gray. Whereas on the GoPro front-facing camera, which, by the way, significantly less jerky than it was at 5K, so that apparently was a large part of the problem. But on the GoPro front-facing screen, definitely much more blue. So anyway, I thought we would just compare. I'm here in my bright studio lights, but if I kind of whip around and walk around, we can get some low light footage. We can see how it looks in this very dimly lit area, and then maybe take both cameras outdoors. The front-facing screen on the GoPro actually just turned off, so I tapped on the back to be able to see it. Again, looks very vivid, very saturated, whereas the Insta360 does not, but we'll have to see how the footage looks after the fact. Let's go outside for a minute. Okay, my mistake entirely. I was actually filming 4K24 on the Insta360, 4K30 on the GoPro. I've switched the GoPro over to 4K24 now, and the entire project will be done 4K24. Bog standard, haven't changed anything. Looking at the screens, which I know you can't see at the moment, GoPro screen significantly brighter outdoors. This is not a super bright sunny day. It's actually kind of overcast, but I can very easily see the screen on the GoPro, which is a big benefit. And it's not terribly windy either, so we're not gonna be able to do much of a wind test, but you've got background noise here, got all kinds of bugs making noise and lawnmowers and everything, so we'll just go back and forth and you can kind of see what it looks like, what it sounds like from both cameras. Alrighty, just finished editing all of that footage, taking a look at how the GoPro compares to the Insta360. So I have a lot of thoughts back and forth about it. Indoors, I think that the GoPro did significantly better, especially in the low light test. They both did kind of poorly, but in the lower light, the area back over there in the corner, I think that the GoPro handled it a lot better. Insta360, even with the grain removal from their software, which took a lot of extra time and made the file sizes ridiculously large, still had so much more grain than the GoPro did. And again, the colors of the GoPro indoor, they seemed more true to life to me, whereas the Insta360 colors were just very washed out, very bland. Those are obviously things that can be fixed with editing after the fact, but again, that's more processing you have to do to files that have already been processed significantly. Once I took the cameras outdoors, I think it was a lot more evenly matched, and actually there were several of those clips where the colors coming out of the Insta360 I liked a little bit more. It looks like it tends to shift more in the direction of red, whereas the GoPro shifts more in the yellow direction. And that, I think, is just a personal taste preference. Both of the cameras, the outdoor footage I did, had some good things and some bad things about them. The weird thing, though, was the audio. The GoPro audio sounded very muffled, very bassy, but still kind of okay. The Insta360 audio sounded a little more tinny, a little bit more whiny in the background. And outdoors, with all of that background noise from all of the crickets and everything, you could hear so much more of it on the Insta360. I probably should have done this with headphones, but still, just hearing it from the speakers here in my office, I will say I definitely preferred the GoPro one way or the other. They're both good quality cameras. They both are very capable cameras. I guess let me know what you think of the quality of both of the video samples down in the comment section below. I definitely messed up the beginning, the 4K30 versus 4K24, but it wasn't that big of a difference. This is 4K24, the rest of the video, everything else has been 4K24. And if you can see it there, let me just zoom in a little bit. Look at the screen, you can see it's a whole lot less jerky than it was the last time we looked at it at 5K. And as you can see there, it is 4K24 wide and much less jittery, much less stuttery. Still a little bit, but not as bad as it was. But either way, I think that's where I'm gonna wrap this video up for today, trying to keep it nice and short, sweet, to the point. Let me know what you think of the quality of these two cameras down in the comment section. Is one preferable over the other to you? And given the price point of both, I think it's around $479 for the Insta360. I paid around $450 for the GoPro, and I think it can be had significantly cheaper, especially with the holidays coming up. Insta360 will undoubtedly have sales as well. So they are kind of in the same ballpark ballpark. Insta360 has a lot more flexibility because it can also modularize out and become the 360 mod if you paid for that. I don't know, I'm up in the air. If I were to take one of these cameras out with me and do like a daily vlog, action, day in the life kind of thing, it would probably be the GoPro right now. But let me know which one you would choose. If you like the video, make sure to hit that thumbs up down below the video. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. If you want to get notified when new videos come out, hit that notification bell so you actually get a notification if that's something that you're into. And I will see you again in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.